Companies like Barstool, companies like Nelk, they all promote alcohol brands. They all promote gambling sites. What up, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about Kratom in the bodybuilding industry. Kratom has a million different uses, and this video would be 3 hours long if I sat here and tried to cover all of its uses. So for today's video, we're just going to cover how it's used in the bodybuilding industry, and more specifically, how I've been using it in the bodybuilding industry. I don't have a lot of experience using this stuff. I'm by no means an expert, and this is by no means medical advice, or I'm not condoning doing this or telling people to do this. So I'm just strictly telling people my experience with Kratom. Kratom is a plant. Some say it's kind of related to like a caffeine plant. It kind of does the same stimulating effect in certain doses as maybe like a good cup of coffee does. Depending on your dosage, it can have a more sedative effect. So what is Kratom? What is my experience with Kratom? How I'm using it as it pertains to bodybuilding, some potential dangers of it, and then at the end, I'm going to show you a couple products that I've used and I can vouch for myself. So, for starters, what is Kratom? What is my experience with it? So probably about a month or so ago, I'll say, I started seeing a lot of stuff in the bodybuilding industry about Kratom around the time of the Olympia. Whether you were at the Olympia or you were watching the Olympia, you were seeing it being advertised. There was a company that's co-owned by Guy Cisternino. He's an IFBB pro. I believe he has like 7 pro wins, so pretty prestigious in the IFBB Pro League. He started endorsing a company, Uprising Extracts, which is the first Kratom company that I saw that pertains strictly to bodybuilding, essentially for pre-workout. You know, some of their flavors are like peach pump and things like that, for recovery, for pre-workout, for sleep. Again, all things that pertain to the bodybuilding industry. And it kind of perked my curiosity. Right? I had heard of Kratom a long time ago, like probably 5 years ago, but the way that it was introduced to me, or the way I heard about it rather, wasn't something I would ever expect in a million years that would make its way into bodybuilding. We're not going to go over all of that. Everybody knows the typical stereotypes that are associated with Kratom. I started hearing people's kind of testimonies, if you will, for using it as pre-workout or a sleep aid or recovery days. Kind of perked my curiosity, and I said, well, I'm going to look into this. I'm going to try it. And I had gone down to like my local little smoke shop and kind of tested out a few different kinds until I found one that I like. And I was, to be honest, was kind of blown away. I was just like, wow, this stuff actually works. How I use it for bodybuilding? Definitely 100% pre-workout. It gives you that focus, that lift of energy, kind of mood enhancing feeling where you want to go work out. Maybe you're a guy or girl that doesn't like training arms. Maybe you're a guy or girl that doesn't like training legs, and it's kind of a mental battle and you end up skipping days. That's where I can see Kratom coming in, because it's very much a mood enhancing, feel good, stimulant kind of feeling that makes you want to go do something, right? It for me gave me like a really deep mind to muscle connection, like almost to the point where I could feel like the fibers in my muscles as I was working out. It also, I felt like, gave me a higher pain threshold. So say I was doing a really hard leg day, I almost felt like I could get a couple more reps out than I normally would, or I felt like I was lasting longer before fatiguing throughout my workout, because it just felt like the same pain wasn't registering as it had prior to using it. A lot of people will say that there is no addictive properties whatsoever in terms of physical addiction to it. I don't buy that. I don't believe it. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is just my experience with it. if you take it for long enough and you're taking it enough, you are going to feel kind of crappy when you don't have it. People are going to compare it to when you don't have coffee. That's nonsense. I mean, for me, again, my experience, my opinion, it's nothing like not having coffee. I can drink coffee every day for 3 years and then just stop drinking coffee, and I don't get headaches. I don't feel any lethargy, nothing. This, you're going to literally feel like, I feel kind of slow and groggy and runny nose and like kind of weird stuff like that. So it's important to not abuse this. However, this is my caveat to that. A lot of people in the bodybuilding industry, and I'm sure myself included just for posting this video, are going to get flack for talking about Kratom because of the preconceived notions of what it's used for, or what it used to be used for. This is what I'll say to that. Look at some of the biggest companies in today's age, right? Companies like Barstool, companies like Nelk. They all promote alcohol brands. They all promote gambling sites. Barstool has its own alcohol, Pink Whitney, and they're involved with High Noon. Barstool has a sports book. Nelk has promoted 50 different sports books. They have Happy Dad, which is an alcohol company. So, yeah, I mean, if these big companies can promote highly, highly, highly addictive substances or gambling to their audience, I think it's asinine that bodybuilding gets any flack at all for promoting a plant. Granted, just like anything else, it comes with dangers. Of course, anything that is not used in moderation can potentially be harmful. However, the harm associated with abuse of Kratom is not even on the same level of harm associated with the level of things like alcohol and gambling. And if the biggest platforms are promoting alcohol and gambling just because they're social events, doesn't mean that they're not harmful. And it also doesn't mean that bodybuilders can't promote a substance that gives you a mood-enhancing stimulant-like effect for getting through a workout, or more or less aiding them in living a healthy lifestyle. So enough of that. I wanted to get into some companies that I have used. So I started using this company right here. Make sure you can see it. This is just your standard capsule Kratom that you can get pretty much at any store that has Kratom. I didn't want to measure out powder and try and take nasty powder down and make teas and make concoctions. I just did the capsules. I took capsules. It ended up being a pain in the ass. We move forward a little bit, and Uprising Extracts finally has its launch. So here's Uprising Extracts. More specifically, if you look at the flavor of this, Peach Pump. This is the company I was speaking on earlier. It is 100% an extract company that is owned by Guy Cisternino and a guy named Mark Matthews, and it is very much geared towards bodybuilders. It was something that originally had caught my eye to get me into Kratom, so of course once they launched, I had to try it. Finally, moving up to recently, a couple days ago. So I found this product right here. Nava Leaf Extract Kratom Cookies. Pros of all of them, real quick. Although I'll probably never use capsules again, the pros to the Semba Kratom was that it was capsules, it was easier to take than the powder. Probably never going to use anything like this again, so not going to spend much time on it. The con, I should say real quick, the con to this is you can't accurately measure a dose. So became pretty turned off by this product. Uprising Extracts. The product itself, it speaks for itself. The products are amazing. They're exactly how they're marketed. They're great, great, great products, right? And that's my pro. Anytime you get these products, they're going to be great. Your dosages are going to be accurate, and that is very important when you're taking something like this. You want to take it to enhance a workout. You don't want to take it to not want to go work out, right? When I went to go order from Uprising Extracts, I didn't know how much to order. Do I order one of these little things and it'll last me weeks? Do I have to take 5 of these packets a day? I had no clue. So I had contacted Uprising Extracts and I talked to Mark Matthews, and he was very personable. He sent me voice messages back. I was actually shocked, right? And he said, "Hey man, that's why you use extracts, because they're one form of measurement. You know what you're getting. With the leaves and the capsules and the powder, you're getting an inaccurate measurement. There's no way to really measure how much of the substance you're looking for is in there." And from that moment on, I was like, okay, I'm not going to mess with the capsules or the powder anymore. And I say this with a grain of salt because they're a new company, okay? And I feel like this is something that can easily be fixed, but it needs to be fixed. And I'm honest with my audience, so I'm going to be honest with my audience as I always am. I'm not going to bullshit. Mark Matthews ends up telling me, I said, "Hey, great, I'm going to order from your site." He ends up telling me, "Oh, awesome, man. I really appreciate it. Here's a discount code." I said, "Cool. I'm going to order within the next 1 or 2 days." He said, "Sweet, man. What's your shirt size? I'll even throw in a shirt for you." I said, "Wow, that's pretty sweet. Cool. I wear an XL. Send me a shirt," right? Like, okay, cool. I just hit him up asking for the dosage recommendation, and he started saying all this stuff. I'm like, this is sick. Like, he reached out to me, voice messages, offering me discounts, offering me a shirt. I spoke to him at night. The next day came, I wasn't able to order. The following day came and I placed my order, just like I said. I put in the discount code he gave me. Didn't work. I was like, well, I don't really care about the discount code. I'm going to order anyways, but I'm going to let Mark know. And I said, "Hey Mark, the discount code didn't work. I'm just letting you know, so that way if you're giving it out to other people, I don't want a bunch of people coming back to you saying, hey, this discount code doesn't work." And he responded to me something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, that expired." And I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, I just talked to you two days ago, not even 2 full days ago. I told you I was ordering within 1 to 2 days, and you gave me an expired discount code. And then once it's expired, you didn't give me a different one, because now you can go, Nick Walker has a code, Guy Sister Nino has a code to get you discounts. You don't toss me a new one. Thought it was kind of weird, right? So I told myself mentally from that point on, I said, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I thought it was kind of weird, but okay, let's see if the shirt shows up. I don't want to hold up the front because it has my address on it. I get this package. Clearly, from the second it was on my porch, I knew there wasn't a shirt in there. And now, again, I say this with a grain of salt. However, these are things that have to be fixed. I've been around enough business owners. I know enough people who run small businesses that I know you have to hold your word. You have to hold your word. This isn't about a t-shirt. This isn't about a discount code. This is about an up-and-coming company and someone who represents themselves as the owner of that company telling me not 1, but 2 things, and neither of them have followed through. Why is that important? Because there's companies like this that I've found in the meantime, okay? It is on par, 100% on par with Uprising Extracts. It is cheaper. You don't have to pay shipping, and it's right down the road in a store. Now, this is one thing I'll say. I did reach out to them. Have I talked to the owner of this company? No, I reached out to Uprising Extracts, okay? So I guess you could say that everybody's not going to have that experience. However, I remember when I sold cars at one point in my life. If I made a mistake and I told somebody a car was $20,000, but it was really $40,000, and they came to that dealership to spend $20,000 on that car, and they showed in writing that I, as the salesman, told them that it was a $20,000 car, the dealership had to honor that price and lose tens of thousands of dollars. Because that's how important your word is when you are in a retail industry. So If you tell someone you're going to give them a discount code, you gotta give them a discount code. If you tell someone there's gonna be a shirt in the package, there's gotta be a shirt in the package. This is not a shot at this company. Again, the product speaks for itself. And I will say, this company is on par with Uprising Extracts. It's significantly cheaper. It's the same quality product. However, this is not a bodybuilding company. So if you're just looking to take a good extract, I would go with this company. If you are looking to take a bodybuilding, a company pertaining to bodybuilding, I would take Uprising Extracts, and I still will continue to do so. Why? There's 10 cookies in here. One cookie is a serving, and there's 3 grams of sugar in one serving. So there's 30 grams of sugar in this bag. If you eat this entire bag, there is 30 grams of sugar. If you're on prep and you can't have that sugar, you're going to go to a company like Uprising Extracts and you're going to take one of these shots. So if you're on prep and you're using it for bodybuilding purposes and you really have to pay attention to things like sugar, this is your best bet of Kratom, period, on the market. I just think, as some constructive criticism, Uprising Extracts, when you're dealing with the public, you have to honor your word. It's not about a discount code. It's not about a t-shirt. It's about your word. It's about people coming to your company to spend money. They need to be valued, because if not, they will easily go to companies like this that are cheaper, and they will sacrifice the couple grams of sugar to feel like they're appreciated, or not wanting to spend money with a company that they feel like is just selling to you. And I'm going to do this, and this for you. And then none of it happens. That's all I have to say about the Kratom stuff. I am now an athlete with Raw and Revive MD, so I'll leave some referral links down in the description below. Also, you can just use code Watty on either Raw Nutrition or Revive MD for a discount, and I appreciate you guys using my codes because it greatly helps me. If you like the content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, comment some stuff you want to see in the future, hit the notification bell so that way you can stay updated on when I drop more videos. I'm still trying to post on Wednesdays and Sundays, and yeah, new vlog coming on Sunday. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. I appreciate you listening to my insight, and hey, if you're going to be using Kratom, use it responsibly and use it when needed. Peace.